Live from Tempe, Arizona, the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley. I'm Kyle Bailey alongside Phoebe Schechter, live from the campus of Arizona State University, bringing to you a first-of-its-kind 7-on-7 Division I collegiate women's flag football event unlike any other, and what a weekend it's been.
Oh, it's just been incredible. I mean, you said it there. The talent has been on display. Every single game, we have had shocking moments, unbelievable catches, incredible flag pulls. That's what it's all about. But I got to say, the sisterhood, the dancing, the excitement, this is where the real joy is when we get to watch these athletes.
No doubt about it. You see right there, quarterback Allison Rodriguez for Arizona State, one of the stars of the show. We'll talk about her quite a bit throughout the course of this afternoon as her Sun Devils bring one of the most prolific offenses in this tournament to the field here this afternoon to face a defense in UCF that will no doubt test her and her teammates. And yep, you got it. All right.
Like, Ken, you can stop talking. I feel the same about Kyle.
Hey, Marianne, do we have officials for today? No, ma'am. Okay. We go on in how many minutes here? Huh? Sure. Yep. Sure. Yep. Okay. Okay. Got it. All right. Let's do it. Rush it. Oh, it is? Yeah. Thank you. Very good. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Just to be geographically accurate, the opening shot is of the Salt. alongside the legendary Phoebe Schechter here with you for the afternoon that you will not forget if you're a flag football fan.
Oh, you are absolutely right. I mean, we are in the middle of a historic moment right now. The Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic, the first of its kind for Division I women's college football. This is the ultimate pinnacle of the sport. The standard has been set. We've talked about it all weekend long. The athletes, the athleticism on display has been unbelievable across the board. And these 8 teams have been leaving it on the field.
Oh, they sure have been. And there's so many great storylines, so many great athletes. You're looking at Arizona State right there. Their quarterback, Allison Rodriguez, has been tremendous. The numbers that she's put up so far this weekend, we'll talk about her. On the other side, you've got UCF, a team loaded with talent that has so much flag football experience from all across the country. And of course, you know, playing for the pride of the state of Florida, where flag football is just an institution.
Yeah, flag football in Florida is synonymous ultimately from the high school level all the way through to the collegiate level. And my goodness, this is going to be one big old matchup we're about to watch.
No question about it. We've got the first snap coming your way here momentarily. And again, this is the semifinal round. The winner of this one will move on to face the winner of Florida and Georgia, an all-SEC matchup taking place just down the field here on the north field. We'll talk about that later in the broadcast. But right here, right now, it is all about UCF and Arizona State and the Knights of Central Florida. We'll start with the football. Riley McDade on first down, getting to work quickly, rifles it out to the far sideline for a completion and a Knights first down.
That was a great first pass. Look, a lot of times you're looking for those kind of hitch routes or those kind of angled slant routes to the sideline, just keeping the DBs on their back foot and starting to test the ability and the depth of where these defenders line up.
Amber Richards with the opening reception there. This UCF offense is dynamic, folks. They've scored 113 points in 4 games, just a hair over 28 points per game. They're number 1 in offense. They also lead this tournament in defense. As here's McDade on second down, another sharply thrown ball out to the far side. She goes right back to Richards, and a nice pickup on first down.
You have to think these teams have done a lot of scouting. They've had time in between games. So you're watching Amber Richards here again. They're thinking, where can we get the ball safely along the sideline? Hope that she can make a move, but it's all about chunking your way down the field here.
So second down coming up. If you're not familiar, you've got to cross the zones to get a fresh set of downs. The Knights have crossed the 20. It's second down now. They're looking for midfield to keep the drive alive. And there goes McDade running with the football down the far sideline. Has her flag pulled after a pickup of just a couple of yards.
Yeah, fascinating. They ended up keeping 2 blockers in on that one, planning for McDade to run, who you'll see she's got that brace on her left leg. She actually broke her leg and a lot of ligaments in there, to be honest, just over 2 years ago. So it's great to see her back out here mobile and leading this team.
Yeah, Riley McDade comes in having put up impressive numbers. 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions passing. Has only taken 2 sacks in 4 games thus far. As here she is on a big third down. Dumps it off. A catch and run for a Knights first down, and it's number 16, Kayla Ludwig, getting the job done.
Yeah, and Kaylin Hill, the defender for Arizona State, is going to be just a little annoyed at her. She was in the perfect position. Just got to go for 2 hands in that situation. Get the flag pulled. There was pressure on the quarterback. Hey, but that's what it's all about. We heard Coach earlier talking about the fundamentals.
That is a dynamic duo, Riley McDade and Kayla Ludwig. They'll be on the field together 99% of the time. Brandon Baruti's Knights, they run a lot of double quarterback in this offense. As there's motion on a first down play coming, McDade throwing on the run, complete to Emma Clark, who makes a leaping grab along the near sideline.
Beautiful job from Emma Clark. I mean, she has been a part of teams that are synonymous with success from a young age all the way, of course, now to being with UCF. You think about Texas Fury, one of the best girls and women's teams across the states, and she plays everywhere.
Best friends with Ashley Clam from the U.S. Women's National Team. Ashley's dad, the head coach of the Texas Fury. A lot of connections in this game. We'll talk about those throughout the course of the afternoon, but here comes second down for the Knights. The snap this time to Ludwig. Ludwig quickly gets rid of it to the near side, going right back to Clark, her 21st reception of this tournament.
The great thing when you have 2 quarterbacks back there, when you're the offensive play caller, is your center can snap it to either one. And as a defense, it forces you to be so disciplined. You can't favor one side or the other. You have to be very tactical. Who and where do you send the rush?
That ball was spotted just inside the 20, meaning it's a first down for the Knights, who continue marching down the field on this opening drive. Here comes the rush, and McDade just gets rid of it. Rifles one across the middle to Amber Richards for a short gain.
Amber Richards has been a really key player for them, and just a safe pair of hands, great kind of check down opportunity, awareness, settles in the zone defense nicely.
And here's that double quarterback system. This time the snap to Ludwig. Ludwig racing right side, twists her hips. Can't evade the last defender, has the flag pulled. Worth noting, Kayla Ludwig has the only rushing touchdown in this tournament thus far. Looking for number 2 right there.
Unbelievable. Look, when you talk about 7-a-side flag football for women, the quarterback can run at any opportunity. So that's why this puts the defense under so much pressure tactically.
This time the snap back to McDade. Here comes the pressure. Rifles it out wide. Catch made. Touchdown. UCF. The lid lifter for the Knights. And it's a big one to number 23, Lindsey Ward. One of the biggest weapons on this team. Her 3rd touchdown of the weekend. And an injury on the field as you see all the players out there taking a knee.
When you're watching this replay, does such a beautiful job. She's so patient, stands ahead, but it is so dangerous when she has the ball in her hand. We were speaking to Coach earlier, and he said, you know, she may not be on the radar of some of these national programs, hint, hint, USA football, but when she gets going, she adds so much value to the team.
Again, her 3rd touchdown of the tournament. Take a look here, Ward from a different angle. I mean, you know, caught the ball 6 yards out from the goal line, but that elusiveness that she's so known for, she puts that into practice right there, finds her way to the goal line.
It's been fascinating this weekend seeing the 7-a-side format. Is not as many athletes are utilizing some of, when you watch 5-a-side, some of those more flag nuanced moves. But when you get someone like Lindsey Ward, who's got this speed, she's so elusive, you see how much of an impact it can have. And you're looking for those dips, those hip flicks, those spins, all of those moves that are just really going to be a game changer and get you those yards after catch, which are so crucial in this sport.
And the good news here, number 1, Audrey King, the defensive back for Arizona State, walking off the field under her own power. And it's 6-0 UCF with the extra point coming after the break. Keep it right here. It's the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley.
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree, it opens a door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central Florida, a place for those who dare.
Welcome back to Tempe, 6-0. The UCF Knights take an early lead on their opening drive. A touchdown pass from Riley McDade to Lindsey Ward. And following a brief delay for injury, we come right back for the extra point attempt, and it's good. And that combination once again producing fruit. McDade to Ward makes it a 7-0 ball game.
We talked about the elusiveness of Ward here. Watch this whip route that she runs from the slot. She hits it north and just a little sidestep in, and so perfect between the defenders there. That was a great job and recognition by quarterback McDade. Beautiful.
6-time national champion Knights with an early lead, and now the ball goes to Arizona State. And Allison Rodriguez on the first snap dumps it off to McKenna Williams for a short pickup on first down. Jesse Kapp's Arizona State team also brings a lot of talent onto the field today.
She absolutely does. And when you look at the center position when it comes to this, they're a check down so many times for the quarterback. You've always got to be aware, especially as a center, as a blocker.
Allison Rodriguez, the most prolific passer in this tournament thus far, is right there. Emma Clark, the two-way star, comes crashing in to knock it away.
We talked about Emma Clark. She is going to keep on top of you. She is great in man defense, and she's got this great length to her limbs, always attacking that football. But because she has the IQ, she's also got the receiver kind of way that she plays. Really nice job.
And a great job by Clark there to make that play without excessive contact. This is the second least penalized team in the tournament, UCF that is, as there's another incompletion, that time on a big third down intended for number 12, Galli Rivero. Or pardon me, Galli Rivero stepping in to make the play defensively.
Yeah, Rylan Bourquet, and we're going to talk about her a lot. I mean, that is an unusual drop. She is normally the go-to when it comes to the quarterback-receiver duo here. She, again, is going to play both ways, but just comes from a great lineage of a football family.
And if you're new to the sport, this might be a different wrinkle for you. There's Allison Rodriguez, the quarterback who doubles as the punter. A low line drive spiraling kick that was dropped, and that's a dead ball, but it'll be great field position for the UCF Knights.
And this is where you can really have the advantage. If you've got someone who can punt that ball well and get you deep into territory, because it's like a kickoff team, essentially. You're running down, trying to pull the flag of the returner. It can be a total game changer, and you don't really want to give Florida any more advantage than they already have.
It is a live return situation on the punt in flag football, but if the ball hits the turf, it's whistled dead, and the Knights now get the ball back up 7-0. McDade drops it off to Ludwig. Plenty of real estate in front of her. Shifts the hips, tries to slide through a couple of defenders, but the flag was pulled by number 4, Kylan Hill.
Yeah, and I got to pull out rusher Marie McCaw, who has just been relentless this entire tournament. She's getting closer and closer. She's smaller, so she's got that ability to really kind of be explosive and change her height. And right now, as this wind is picking up, you might even hear it at home, this could alter what happens when it comes to the throwing game.
Julia Sanchez to snap it. Protection in place, and that one's just off the mark, intended for Lindsey Ward. Her third target of the game thus far, just a bit out of reach.
Yeah, Kylan Hill right there as a defender, doing a phenomenal job. You've just got to make that throw so hard for the quarterback. But look, 3rd and long here now. This is going to be a good chunk that UCF are going to look to gain.
Well, they've got options. There's no doubt about that. McDade, the lone quarterback in the backfield. Interesting formation. That was dangerous, as Kayla Ludwig was lined up even with McDade out to the far sideline. But the defense read that one all the way.
That was fascinating. They had the center, Julia Sanchez, going from snapping the ball to drop into a blocker position. That's really challenging to do because you've got to be able to get that ball, get your head up, identify the rusher, and that was almost picked off on the sideline. 4th down, if they don't convert here, this is a great advantage for Arizona.
Got UCF rolling the dice here on 4th down. Good spot to go for it, but we'll see if they can get it. Big throw over the middle, catch made in traffic, and a huge first down for the Knights. Number 7, Layla Cornett, fighting for the football, comes down with it, and a massive play for UCF.
Unbelievable job. Layla Cornett, who's only a sophomore, to come up in a clutch moment like that. And again, the rusher almost had the flag. It was a bang, bang play ultimately, but way to go down and grab that ball from the air.
Potentially a backbreaker if UCF can cash this in. We're still early here, but the Knights have all the momentum. This time the snap back to Ludwig, near side, batted away, intended for Emma Clark, incomplete.
You can feel the pressure building now. This is so exciting. I mean, 2nd and long is a great position defensively for Arizona. I'm fascinated to see what Florida pull out of the bag. They never seem to waver. They always have this calm confidence. But when you've been to as many national championships as they have, I would too.
Won 4 straight national championships from 2013 to 2016. Is there on 2nd down. It's Richards with the grab, scampering toward the goal line, and stopped about 5 yards short. Richards has been really useful for Riley McDade early in this game.
Yeah, she's just been phenomenal. We talk about that kind of check down queen. She's got reliable hands. She comes with friendly body language to the quarterback, which is so crucial in these moments. And then she has the yards after catch, the move she's able to make, that great low center of gravity.
So big third down coming up here for Riley McDade. Looking for her potential 10th touchdown pass of the tournament. Pressure coming, back of the end zone, and it's dropped. Julie Sanchez found herself open, but you saw the defender come crashing in late. You have to wonder if that disrupted her vision a bit. And it's incomplete, brings up 4th down.
We're going to say her name, Rylan Bourget, flying in there, and that was perfect. You want to have that left hand, her inside hand goes for the ball, and then just gets that pass breakup in a crucial area. When you're looking at the front of the end zone, the quarterback wants to put it low or on the body, so really nice job.
The Knights looking for their second 4th down conversion of the drive, but they can't get it. It's broken up, back of the end zone. And a turnover on downs as the Arizona State defense bends but doesn't break. And they'll get the football back, down 7-0.
What a job there from the defense. Crucial moment. It was an out and up across the back of the end zone to one of the most lethal players, 2 defenders in the area. And what a great job by this team, not breaking in those moments, almost bracketing Lindsey Ward there.
Here's Allison Rodriguez and company out on 1st down. It's picked off. Number 10, Samantha Deegan, pitches it to Clark. And the flag is pulled, but immediately after the Arizona State defense gets a big stop, they give it right back to UCF, deep in their own territory.
What a job here from Florida, just showing their prowess early on. And ultimately, this is where the laterals are so much fun. One of the very specific parts of this game where anybody is eligible as long as you're sending it backwards. And this team play together so often. You watch the awareness, the kind of flick of the hips. What a nice turnover there.
Well, the Knights have it back after an interception, and they're immediately knocking on the door, up 7-0. The action resumes on the other side. It's the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic.
Now testing Oakley hypergrip technology. Fit system initializing. Launch gravity study. Fit system ready. Rotation scenario. Oakley hypergrip technology. Next level unleashed.
Beyond game day, you'll find the Fiesta Sports Foundation working year-round to improve Arizona communities in education, in youth programs, in sports. With more than 1 million Arizonans supported in 2024 and over 32 million in charitable donations since 2011. With your help, we'll go above and beyond in everything we do. Fiesta Sports Foundation, our season never ends.
A moment ago, Samantha Deegan for the Knights picking off Allison Rodriguez, the ASU quarterback. That was Rodriguez's 6th interception of the tournament. And it sets up the Knights with a 7-0 lead, already knocking on the door. Here's Kayla Ludwig on 1st down, racing around the right side to the far sideline and run out of bounds after a short gain. Kyle Bailey, Phoebe Schechter here with you on ESPNU. I know that At this time of year, a lot of you are jonesing for football on a Sunday afternoon, and well, you found the right place, as we've already gotten off to a great start here between a couple of great programs here in Tempe.
Yeah, we absolutely have, and it's just the excitement, the back and forth, the momentum shifting that we're going to keep seeing here, and then the execution on top of it all.
Here's Ludwig running the offense now. McDade blocking that time. Fires it near side, complete to number 1, Kennedy Balluron.
And Ava Wernemar flying in there with the flagpole. I mean, that is a tough position. When you're one-on-one in open space, the potential of a lateral is always there, and you've just got to stay ready. And we heard Coach Pap talking earlier about how we've got to pretend like every play could potentially be a lateral.
So third down coming here, about 12 yards out from the goal line. Sanchez to snap it. Richards coming in motion across the formation. Ludwig still quarterbacking, racing right, evading pressure. And that throw knocked away at the last minute. Great defense from Arizona State.
Unbelievable defense. And Coach was talking to us earlier. If you're in a situation where you need somebody covered, Rylan Bourget is going to be the woman on a mission there. You see somebody who is a quarterback of the defense, and the way they all operate together, cogs in a machine, great communication being a crucial part of their identity.
And of course, the Knights will go for it on fourth down. You see Ludwig back again to take the snap. Her co-quarterback, Riley McDade, with her arms behind her back. She's the resident blocker once again on this play. Ludwig takes the snap, gets rid of it just in time. Thrown up for grabs, a bit behind Emma Clark. And it falls incomplete, and for the second straight defensive possession, Arizona State stands tall to keep themselves in this game, and they'll get the football back.
They're doing such a nice job defensively, making it so challenging on either quarterback ultimately. And these coaches have been watching hours and hours of film. They said they will sleep when the tournament is over. But you've got to think, it's forcing the quarterback, they have to put it so perfectly. When the level gets to this height, every ball has to be perfect placement. That was just a little bit behind the receiver there.
That Arizona State defense, they've amassed 9 sacks and 15 pass breakups on the tournament. They are formidable on the defensive side. But back on offense, and there's a completion out to Rylan Bourget on first down. And that's her 48th catch, which leads the tournament through 4+ games and by a long shot. Entered this game with 47 catches. The second most was Kyla Moore with 25. She's from Southern Cal. And Bourget also leads the tournament with over 560 yards receiving. Her brother Trenton, a former 5-year Arizona State quarterback who's now the assistant running backs coach. And well, I'll just keep talking about Rylan Bourget because the ball's going to keep going back to Rylan Bourget.
It is, it is. I mean, first off, she's got 5 brothers. So that already tells you you've got to be a little bit tough. I always know Will Anderson talked about how he was tough because he had 5 sisters that used to put him in a washing machine. Oh. So this is a different game, and 2 of them playing for the national program, 17U, 15U. And she just is a football IQ is next level.
Playmaker on offense, quarterback of the defense, according to head coach Jesse Papp. There's another completion, that time on second down. And it goes to number 28, Katrina Kovitz, her first grab of the ballgame.
When we're looking at this field, I mean, this field alone is 40 yards wide. So you think about 5 aside, that is only 25 yards. And then you add in the wind factor that's here. That makes a really big difference because your quarterback has to have such a powerful arm because now you're fighting the width and the wind.
And Jesse Papp trusts Allison Rodriguez. He told us that pregame. She's the total package according to her head coach. And over the middle she goes. Kovitz back-to-back grabs. And the flag pulled by Deegan, but it's a first down for the Sun Devils.
Beautiful catch, going up and grabbing that ball. This is the relationship that we heard Coach talking about. The recognition from this young quarterback, identifying the gaps in the defense. Ball is given a nice arc to it, layering it above the defender. Beautiful job here from the Sun Devils.
Allison Rodriguez and the Sun Devils. The offense sputtered early, but they've got something going here on their third drive, and it's 3 straight catches for Kovitz as she makes the grab with the defender draped all over her and fights for a few extra yards.
Hey, you got to keep feeding the hot hand. And plus, when you look at this, when you have a kind of all-star roster, but you've got someone like Ryland Bourget, she's going to take a lot of attention. They might roll the defense bracket a little bit, and then that opens up opportunities for others, especially like Katrina Cowitz.
Second down play coming up. Arizona State coaching staff barking out orders. High snap to Rodriguez. Plenty of time to throw. Complete to Bourget over the middle, just shy of the 20-yard line, but a gain of about a dozen.
I want to pull up this situation. The awareness of Bourget in the situation. You saw she gave herself up. We call that short lining. Essentially, now she is 3rd and a yard and a half, 2 yards to enter into a new set of downs, which means in total, she technically has 6 attempts now to get to the end zone, right? Because you've got 2 here. So you think I might take a shot. They're in a nice bunch formation. You never know what could happen.
As Phoebe said, tight formation at the line of scrimmage. Rodriguez rolling right, throwing, but over the outstretched arms of Cowitz. Falls incomplete. They got the wanted, but the throw was just a bit off target.
You saw back, just leave her feet a little bit. You want to be a bit more settled so you can step and throw into that. It's so hard, but these athletic quarterbacks can do it when they roll out and really plant themselves. But now, 4th and down, they must convert here. Remember, the quarterback can run.
Something to keep an eye on. This time spread out a bit more in the formation. Ryland Bourget to the near side. That's exactly where they go. The most trusted target on the team makes the grab and earns an Arizona State first down.
I love these opportunities, right? You're just giving yourself a chance because, hey, we saw what happened when we took that shot, that roll out, having a receiver. And then now, when you just need a safe pair of hands, someone you completely trust stood at the sticks will get you that first down.
Jesse Papp, Sun Devils head coach, told us before the game offensively, we aren't changing what we do. We know this is the top defense in the tournament, but we are who we are. We're going to get the ball out quick and find our playmakers, and that's exactly what they did right there. And they go right back to the Bourget well on first down over the middle. Catching a short gain will bring up 2nd down. And that's something I know you brought up in the pregame production meeting we had with Jesse Papp. They expect Ryland Bourget to be bracketed, double covered. So they're looking to move her around a lot. Pre-snap, lining her up all over the field to find some advantageous matchups.
And that's the other kind of beauty to this, right? You again have been watching teams all weekend long. Well, how do we create that eye candy? How do we kind of mirror what we would normally do, that smoke and mirrors effect? Well, now we just put people in motions. Now we use different personnel groupings.
2nd down from the 14. Rodriguez, Bourget over the middle. And a gain of about 4 yards as they inch closer toward the goal line.
It's a really nice use of formation, right? You've got stacked receivers out to the left, pulling that defender just to create a little bit more space, which opens it up when you send Bourget on that slant into the middle. You're the one that's dictating right now to the defense what is happening and where we're going to go. And it becomes a nice, easy read for your quarterback.
3rd down coming here, live from Tempe, Arizona. The home team, the Arizona State University Sun Devils, the hosts of this tournament, although it's been put on beautifully by the Fiesta Bowl and the Fiesta Sports Foundation. Looking for their first points of the day, and a dangerous throw over the middle was knocked away by number 0, Emma Dolan.
A lot of defenders in that scenario. Just a little bit too dangerous of a decision for me personally. When you're watching, you've got 1, 2, 3 defenders finishing in that photo frame. You probably want to get your eyes somewhere else. But when you've practiced a play design, when you've got people who've scouted a certain play design, that's where that cat and mouse makes it so much fun.
Allison Rodriguez trusting her arm there, but nearly ended in danger, or catastrophe, I should say. Emma Dolan, Delaney Knowles, and Emma Clark all in the neighborhood. And now a crucial 4th down coming here as we close in toward the end of the first half. The UCF Knights marching down the field on their opening drive to take a 7-0 lead. Arizona State, this is the most offensive success they've found thus far as a timeout's been taken out there on the field. Defensively, Arizona has really kept itself, Arizona State that is, has kept itself in this game. But in a game like this, and you've been a part of many, Phoebe, you got to find points. You can't allow UCF to continue to stonewall you at the goal line.
No, and you just can't allow a team to get ahead by that much, because we're doing shorter quarters, so normally it's 15-minute quarters. Now you're into 12-minute quarters. That loss of 3 minutes plays a really big role in game planning. When you're used to a certain extra amount of time, I mean, that's a whole 12 minutes you've lost throughout a game. And so how do I take that opportunity? This is huge for this Arizona team. What is your go-to play when you're in 4th and long? Who are the playmakers? Are you considering the almost hook and ladder, the laterals? Because you've got to leave it on the field to be able to score in this moment.
And a quick update. In the other semifinal game right now here at Dorsey Field, an all Southeastern Conference matchup between the Florida Gators and the Georgia Bulldogs, 14-0. Georgia with the lead right now late in the first half with 1:15 left to play. And that would be, while this has been billed, both of these games we knew would be great matchups. Safe to say Florida entered that semifinal matchup as the favorite, but right now they trail by 14 points closing in toward the half. But here on this field, it's Arizona State with a critical 4th down coming up. Rodriguez has to get rid of it and knocked away in the near corner of the end zone. And once again, the Arizona State offense comes up empty. They'll give it back to the Knights with 2:14 left to play in the opening half.
Way to step up in a huge moment. Ileana Higbee-Long just having a great pass breakup. You see Emma Clark coming over saying strapped. But that's the communication. That's the understanding of the scenario. Let them run onto you, and then you make your play.
Another big defensive stand here at the end of the first half. We've got just over 2 minutes to play. It's 7-0 Central Florida here in Tempe, Arizona. Keep it right here on ESPNU.
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree, it opens a door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central Florida.
Back here on the campus of Arizona State University, Tempe, Arizona, and would you look at that? The man just can't get enough football. Sun Devil men's football coach Kenny Dillingham, who had his team in the college football playoff not that long ago in January of 2025, taking a break, I'm sure, from film and spring practice to come out here and support the Lady Sun Devils. How about that, Phoebe Schechter?
I mean, you can never get enough football. That is a true football coach through and through. Unbelievable for the women and the coaches out here to have his respect and have him out here supporting.
The Central Florida Knights leading 7-0. They have the ball back, and the snap goes to Riley McDade this time, and a catch made by Lindsey Ward as she was streaking toward the near sideline. Not quite sure how she held on, but well, that's her job, I guess. And that was a great job by Ward to make the grab and keep her feet in. And again, I'll point out here, Phoebe, I mean, this double quarterback system keeps defenses guessing.
It does, because it forces you. Are you going to send 2 rushers and take away both of them? And almost a close interception there by number 9, Ava Wernemar. But it forces you as a defense to say, okay, are we going to let you just kind of play around back there, only send 1 rusher? Do we send 2 rushers and take away what you want to do? But then you're losing someone who's in space. And that's kind of what this UCF team wants to do. They want to create gaps in this defense by dictating what you're doing.
We haven't seen too many deep shots today. There was one, fell incomplete, and it brings up 3rd down for the Knights, deep in their own territory. McDade checking her wristband, brings Emma Clark in motion. Roaming right, turns and throws to Clark on a lateral. Clark firing to Ward, and Ward makes the catch, but very quickly, Ava Wernemar was there to grab the flag.
This is so fun. So Emma Clark comes across in motion to actually become the blocker, who then turns into the second quarterback, who then finds her teammate downfield. I love flag football. How can you not?
Big first down there for the Knights, and the drive continues. Here's McDade, and that one sailed on her. Throwing on the run and looking for number 7, Layla Cornett. She was open, but that one just came off the hand of Riley McDade. A little bit high, incomplete, brings up second down.
Yeah, probably one of the few times that McDade has not had somebody on her hip. When you're so used to running away, you start to get a clock in your head, when actually she had a moment to just settle, set her feet, and properly step in and follow through on that throw.
Second down play coming. Ball on the near side hash. Sanchez looking at Ludwig, but snapping to McDade. It's a lateral back to Ludwig. Defense giving chase. Ludwig tucks it and runs, streaking down the far sideline. It's a foot race out near midfield, but Ludwig runs out of bounds about 4 yards shy of the 40-yard line. That brings up third down.
And I must say, this defense is doing a great job of avoiding the contact. This is not an easy role, especially when you've got that double quarterback scenario.
This time Sanchez snapping back to Ludwig, lofting it down the far sideline, and Emma Clark can't haul it in. And it looked to me like she felt a collision might be coming and stopped short.
Yeah, again, 3 defenders around her in this scenario, and the ball was up there just long enough where it felt like she almost gave herself up, right? And to live another down, it is not worth the injury.
Lindsey Ward lined up in the slot this time. Richards to the near side sideline. It's a dump off to Ludwig, and Ludwig stopped short of midfield, and a massive turnover forced by Arizona State, and head coach Jesse Papp sprinting onto the field to call a timeout with 24 seconds left to play. What a huge stop by the Sun Devils.
Huge stop, and coach was talking to us earlier. He referred to Kaylin Hill as the Myles Garrett of his defense here. We've seen her have multiple pick sixes. We've seen her with multiple sacks, and that was massive, almost baiting that blocker to be able to run up, and fantastic job of sealing the deal, and nice field position here for the Sun Devils.
Stopped 1 yard short of midfield. The 20, the 40, the 20. Those are the lines to gain to earn a first down in women's Division I collegiate flag football. And Arizona State gets the stop. Still looking for their first points. Rodriguez evading pressure. Wobbly duck to the far sideline and falls incomplete. Intended for number 19, Sierra Smith, the freshman from right here in Arizona.
And we've not had much time yet to talk about Sierra Smith and her twin sister, Sophia Smith, who actually started the program here in Arizona. I mean, they refer to themselves as spearheading the drive of this sport. They've played for so long, and they just missed out on being able to play when it got sanctioned here, when the sport got sanctioned here in Arizona. So they thought, we've got to find a way to keep this flag football sport going.
They come from a football family. They decided being a freshman in college wasn't hard enough. Let's start a flag football team as well. They've done all those things successfully. As right here on second down, Rodriguez finding Bourget, but Bourget makes the catch with her knee on the turf and is immediately whistled down.
And that's the thing, similar rules as if you're watching tackle. Your knee cannot touch the floor. You might see a dip, but the knees do not touch. You can put your hand down as long as the ball is up and not flag guarding. A little bit of awareness, but did a great job of being able to bring that ball in. So when you're watching, the ball is received by Bourget, and just there, her knee was already on the floor when the reception had occurred. Great call there from the officials.
Quick update on field 2, 14-6. Georgia still leading Florida, but the Gators have finally put points on the board. And we'll keep you abreast of that matchup throughout this broadcast because, of course, the winner of this semifinal game will face the winner of that semifinal game in the championship bout coming up at 3 p.m. right here on ESPNU. We've got you all afternoon long. It's a Sunday. We know you've missed some football for a while. We've got you. You're on the ESPN family of networks. You can also stream it live on the ESPN app. Kyle Bailey, Phoebe Schechter bringing you the action. And Allison Rodriguez heaving it down the far sideline looking for Bourget. Got her hands on it, But the defense was there to knock it away at the last minute. That was number 10, Samantha Deegan, making yet another big defensive play in this ballgame.
What an unbelievable job there. The ball was in the air for so long as well. We've got a timeout called here, but it's 4th down. This is going to be a huge decision. As you see, the ball goes up in the air. Bourget has it, brings it down, and the defender brings the ball down with her. Unbelievable job by Samantha Deegan in that situation. Just the awareness, the focus on the ball. Coach always says the play is not done until the whistle blows. So great eye discipline.
Samantha Deegan has made a number of big defensive plays here in the first half, including the interception back in the first quarter. And Samantha Deegan, a sophomore from Fort Myers, Florida, majoring in biomedical sciences. Great football player and a very bright youngster on top of that.
It's incredible for these student athletes what they're able to do from an education standpoint, starting their own club sport. I mean, their dedication and love for this game is unmatched.
Seconds remaining here in the opening half. Arizona State still scoreless, trailing 7-0. Two Knights defenders coming on strong. Rodriguez lofts it up. I believe the wind caught it. It was wobbly and it's knocked away. Incomplete.
We saw on that play, we've talked about her all day long on offense, but Lindsay Ward was sent as a second rusher. And that speed, she is like a rocket ship when she is driving on the quarterback. And of course, you only have one blocker in because predominantly they've been sending only one rusher. And it forces the quarterback to not only have to get the ball out quickly, it also is about just not allowing the quarterback to step into that throw the way she wants to.
7-0 game here in Tempe. The UCF Knights with the lead as we head into halftime. We've got a lot more, including a fun interview coming your way next. Keep it right here. It's the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley.
Now testing Oakley Hypergrip technology. Fit system initializing. Launch gravity study. Fit system ready. Rotation scenario. Oakley Hypergrip technology. Next level unleashed.
Beyond game day, you'll find the Fiesta Sports Foundation working year-round to improve Arizona communities in education, in youth programs, in sports. With more than 1 million Arizonans supported in 2024 and over 32 million in charitable donations since 2011. With your help, we'll go above and beyond in everything we do. Fiesta Sports Foundation, our season never ends.
Now testing Oakley Hypergrip technology. Fit system initializing. Launch gravity study. Fit system ready. Rotation scenario. Oakley Hypergrip technology. Next level unleashed.
Arizona State University and the semifinal bout between Arizona State and UCF. The Knights lead at 7-0 here at the half. An action-packed first half of football is behind us, and no doubt a great second half ahead of us. Still minutes to go before we get there. And earlier this afternoon, I got a chance to catch up with one of the leaders in college athletics, the director of athletics of Alabama State, Dr. Jason Cable. And here's that conversation. Jason, I appreciate you being with us. Just for starters, your impressions of the first ever Fiesta Flag Football Classic and what this means to these young women to have a stage like this.
First of all, I think it's a phenomenal experience for our student athletes, getting the opportunity to come out here and play in a Fiesta Bowl type event. It feels like a real bowl game. And this experience, I think, is second to none, and it will continue to grow over time.
What are your thoughts on the growth of this game? You and I were chatting before about the last couple of years, seeing these young ladies have this platform and what they've done with it and how much this space has taken off.
Well, it's taken off tremendously. We started flag football a year or so ago, and I did not think I would be standing here right now talking to you. But just the competitive nature of the sport, the ladies make plays, man.
Yeah, they do.
That are just that I haven't seen before, right? And so some better than tackle football. And so just the excitement surrounding the sport and the way that it's growing, I think creates so many opportunities for ladies from youth, high school, junior college, and for Alabama State at Division I level.
So we have 8 teams here in this field this weekend, the inaugural event, but Alabama State is unique. You're kind of a pioneer in all of this. You're D1 sanctioned. A lot of these teams out here are still club teams. We know that this sport is classified now as an NCAA emerging sport, but Alabama State's leading the way. Can you kind of clue folks into what that means, how you operate, and how you are, in fact, kind of pioneering in this sport right now?
Oh, absolutely. The first thing you got to have is a great coach, and so Tyrone Poole has done a great job for us this year. We started with Jennifer Constable. She took another opportunity, so we brought Tyrone in, and he's able to really communicate with the young ladies on a championship level. I mean, he's played in 2 Super Bowls, and he reminds me he's won 2 Super Bowls. So I think leading the way, you have to have great leadership and just understanding the impact. Right, and so we want to make sure that we're able to give opportunities for ladies in the sport of flag on the highest level possible.
Well, expand on that if you would, because I've known Tyrone for years. He's a very intense, experienced guy. You do have kind of an advantage, and I don't mean that as any slight to anybody else out here, but you've got a 2-time Super Bowl champion. That's not only big for your team, that's big for the Alabama State brand.
Oh, absolutely, and just the preparation. The preparation is professional. I mean, he attacks each practice, each game like it's the Super Bowl. And the young ladies will tell you. I mean, they watch film, they break it down, they know the schemes backward and forwards, and he just demands excellence. So it's good to have someone with that type of championship caliber experience that he can share with our student athletes.
I mentioned a moment ago this is now classified as an emerging sport in the NCAA. You're one of the leaders of college athletics. Over the next couple of years, what's your vision for how this continues to grow?
I think continue the competitive spaces like this. We can move to more of a CFP playoff scenario for women's flag. I think it would be great. I think really identifying the resources at the Division I level, what that is going to look like, and I know that's in the works right now as it relates to scholarships, squad size. And now in this space, you have to get into revenue share. So I think over the next 4 or 5 years, all of those things will be ironed out, and you'll see a more polished form of flag at the Division I level.
Who are some of the young ladies on this team whose stories you really think need to be talked about this weekend?
I think Kilolo. We have to start with her in terms of her just personality, man, and her commitment to not only Alabama State but the sport of flag and what she brings to the table. If you talk to her for 2 or 3 minutes, you'll recognize that she's different. You know, her energy is on a high level, and the way that she connects people and makes people better around her it's just been a significant value add for us.
Yeah, Dr. Jason Cable, Director of Athletics here at Alabama State, live from the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic. It's been a heck of a weekend. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
$7-0 UCF leading Arizona State here in Tempe, and second half action just around the bend. Keep it right here. The Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley, live on ESPNU.
Now testing Oakley Hypergrip technology. Fit system initializing. Launch gravity study. Fit system ready. Rotation scenario. Oakley Hypergrip technology. Next level unleashed.
Beyond game day, you'll find the Fiesta Sports Foundation working year-round to improve Arizona communities in education, in youth programs, in sports. With more than 1 million Arizonans supported in 2024 and over 32 million in charitable donations since 2011. With your help, we'll go above and beyond in everything we do. Fiesta Sports Foundation, our season never ends. Beyond game day, you'll find the Fiesta Sports Foundation working year-round to improve Arizona communities in education, in youth programs, in sports. With more than 1 million Arizonans supported in 2024 and over 32 million in charitable donations since 2011. With your help, we'll go above and beyond in everything we do. Fiesta Sports Foundation, our season.
Second half action coming up here in Tempe, live on ESPNU and streaming live on the ESPN app. It's the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley, the first of its kind. Division I Collegiate Women's Flag Football Tournament here in the Valley of the Sun. Kyle Bailey, Phoebe Schechter with you here for second half action. And the Arizona State Sun Devils, the de facto home team, trailing 7-0, but with the football to start the third quarter. And that football was rifled toward Kovitz, but falls incomplete.
Katrina Kovitz does a nice job of kind of getting her body into it. We talk so much about these athletes and the different sporting backgrounds they come from. A lot are soccer, basketball. We've got some beach volleyball and volleyball players out here, but kind of boxing out a little bit. But Emma Clark is still the one that's just always around the football. She's so dangerous.
Here comes second down. Sierra Smith split out wide to the near sideline. Rodriguez gives her a look, but goes the opposite direction to Rylan Bourget. And Bourget makes the catch. The flag is pulled just north of the 20-yard line, and that'll be an Arizona State first down. Phoebe, you got a chance to look at some of the first half stats that should inform the second half. What stood out to you?
I have to say the biggest stat, almost for both teams here, are third and fourth downs. You're looking at Florida, who are 2 of 5 on third and 1 of 3 on fourth. And Arizona are struggling in both those situations. 0 conversions on fourth down and only minimal on third down.
There's the snap back to Rodriguez on first down, looking for Sierra Smith, but right through her hands. Incomplete. I think she took her eyes off that one.
Eyes off, and you felt the kind of pounding of the ground of Natalia Mateo flying down the linebacker there for UCF. This is all about taking that deep breath. We heard Coach Kenny Dillingham of ASU telling the girls that at halftime.
This time Sophia Smith to snap it back to Rodriguez. Rodriguez going up top looking for Sierra Smith. Nearly picked off but knocked away, and there's Samantha Deegan again. Another big defensive play, her third pass breakup of the game.
She has been dangerous out here, and the thing is, she plays such a good job of man and zone. She has her back, she's got feel with the receiver the entire way, and her eyes almost never come off the ball in that situation. She feels so comfortable in her athleticism.
So a big third down coming for Arizona State. Line to gain is midfield, the 40-yard line. Rodriguez to Sierra Smith. Gets away from one defender, cuts to the middle of the field. Galloping toward the 40, but her flag is pulled, though that was a big gain and very important if the Arizona State Sun Devils are going to keep this drive alive.
That was unbelievably important now because you've got to almost go for it on fourth down, understanding the situation. I feel like they have to use a little more of their quarterback in a different scenario, right? Last time we saw them in that situation, they sent 2 rushers and they only had 1 blocker. We're seeing them adjust already to the scenario.
Fourth down and about 5 to go to midfield. Can they keep the drive alive? And the throw is behind Rylan Bourget. Falls incomplete. Number 2, Eliana Higbee-Long was there in coverage.
And Rodriguez, they threatened with 2 rushers on that. Emma Clark ended up actually then dropping back out into coverage. The ball was just outside, not quite on the same page. And ultimate Eliana Higby-Long just in a great position. This defense of UCF, we talked about it coming into this. They gave up 1 touchdown essentially all tournament long. I mean, this is a lethal defense.
It really is. The Arizona State offense continues to come up short. They trail 7-0, and now the Knights will start their first drive of the second half in plus territory. Little give and go from McDade to Ludwig, back to McDade. Riley rifles it near side, catch made by number 33, Briley Vega, her first catch of the afternoon.
This is so dangerous when you have a double quarterback. And a fascinating new approach. We saw them only do it once in the first half. Marie McCaw is now kind of going almost what we would call like a boom-boom, essentially. So first quarterback gets the ball. She runs there. Then she chose a much better angle to get to the second QB. However, when it goes back to the original quarterback, she's now rushing between the 2 of them. There's too much time, and they are finding the holes in that defense with all that time.
Snap back to Ludwig. She's throwing on the move. Wide open receiver for a touchdown. Number 7, Layla Cornett, wide open along the far sideline. A beautiful play designed by head coach Brandon Baruti, and it's 13-0, Knights on top with the extra point pending.
I want you to look at this play. It is so well done because ultimately they already threaten with a rush. You see the ball is snapped when the quarterback is on the run, and so everyone thinks she's going to rush that ball in, and everyone just abandons the coverage. What a great play design.
Brandon Baruti has been at this for a while, 13 years as head coach of the Knights. Former high-level player as well. He understands the game inside and out and has imparted that wisdom upon his team. Here's the extra point attempt. And it's good. They go right back to the same well. Layla Cornett gets the touchdown and the conversion. It's 14-0 Knights.
You watch Cornett here, and she has this great little kind of pivot route on the front end zone. She goes straight to the pylon. So this is the touchdown initially, where everybody drives up on the quarterback, Kayla Ludwig, because they think she's going to run it in, leaving Cornett on her own. And then for the extra point, you've got a little pivot route. When Ludwig rolls out, again, Cornett is right there.
So now Arizona State in a deep hole, still with plenty of time, but trailing 14-0. And on first down, Rodriguez finds Kovitz out near the 20-yard line. I believe the near side judge is going to spot her about 2 yards short, so that'll bring up second down. If you're Arizona State right here, Phoebe, plenty of time left, but how do you attack knowing you're facing the staunchest defense in this tournament this weekend?
You've got to get them out of position, right? And you've got to also threaten them deep a little bit. They're pretty much playing a 1-high defense. You've not seen much threat from the quarterback running. They know who your star receiver is, but that's all happening at about 5-yard chunks. You've got to start moving the sticks a little bit, getting the depth of your route a little bit deeper, because when you watch this defense line up, they're only about 5 yards, and so therefore you're only gaining 5 yards. So ultimately you're making it very challenging on yourself because you've got 4 attempts moving the ball. You almost need to get 20-yard chunks. You've got to start going for a minimum of 6 yards every time you're marching down the field.
We brought this up earlier in the broadcast, but in case you missed it, UCF is the top scoring offense in this tournament, but also the #1 defense in points allowed. They have given up 7 points. 7 points in now 18-plus quarters of football. Is right there, throwing against her body. Great throw, drops it in the bucket. Rodriguez finding number 3, Kalia Dana, for a big gain.
Where they've had success so far is when their receivers, who are very clearly savvy, they're able to settle into those zones of the UCF defense. And they do a great job of just kind of hunkering down a little bit, kind of like your Travis Kelce's and your George Kittles do so well.
Here's the second down play. Rodriguez double clutches, tries to drop it off as the pressure was coming. Aislinn Parrott was there, and, well, Rodriguez tried to dump it off to McKenna Williams, but Williams' back was turned. It falls incomplete and brings up third down. The only touchdown that UCF has allowed in this tournament came in a 21-7 win over the Georgia Bulldogs. They are just clamping down defensively no matter who's on the opposite side of the football.
Yeah, I mean, they're like a cobra, kind of just constricting. They're forcing you into that bend, don't break mentality, right? So they're forcing you to throw everything short.
On third down, Rodriguez lofts it deep down the sideline in between a pair of wide open defenders. Both Kalia, Dana, and Ava Wernemar were there, and Rodriguez unfortunately drops it between them where neither could make the catch.
But that's what's so hard. You're watching Rodriguez. She's working so hard there. She needs to be able to just set her feet before giving that ball a little bit of arc. Let her receiver run underneath it. Because she's not able to actually set, the ball is traveling beyond the hands of a receiver.
Now, this is a gutsy call right here, as Arizona State looks to be going for it on, well, in fact, they're going to punt the football. They made the UCF defense think they might go for it. But UCF was prepared, and the punt is fielded back at the 20-yard line by number 4, Delaney Knowles. What'd you see right there?
And this is that short line. You're doing it on punt as well. You can do it anywhere on the field. Really clever. You watched Delaney Knowles. She was just looking to kind of waste some time, not exactly move the ball down the field.
14-0 UCF with a double-digit lead late in the third quarter. More action to come. It's the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley.
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree, it opens the door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central Florida, a place for those.
Welcome back to Tempe. You take a look right there. The Knights and the Sun Devils heading back out onto the field late in the third quarter here. Kyle Bailey, Phoebe Schechter with you live at ESPNU and the ESPN app. It's the semifinal bout between the Knights and the Sun Devils here at the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley. Not only a fine partner of this tournament, but truly the brand most associated with women's flag football. Phoebe Schechter, you know a thing or two about that.
Oakley have been absolutely phenomenal for the women's game and the growth, really believing in it from the very beginning.
As they're on first down for UCF, Riley McDade with a dart to the near sideline, and the catch made by number 8, Amber Richards, for a solid pickup on first down, and it moves the sticks for UCF.
It feels like we're going back to the initial game plan, right? Richards on the outside, one-on-one scenarios, just taking those, what the defense is giving you, right? That 6-yard chunk, that 8-yard chunk.
So there's that formation again. Sanchez to snap it. This time it's Ludwig in the gun, about 7 yards deep. McDade lined up toward the far sideline, well behind her, and Ludwig has to spike the football as number 28.
Really good job. Marie McCaw is phenomenal in her rushing. She's starting to adjust her angles now, understanding where the other quarterback is. So she's attacking in that scenario from the defensive perspective, the defensive's right hip of the quarterback, pushing her towards the other quarterback, McDade. So therefore, you know she's not going to want to pass it back because she's giving herself a disadvantage as an offense.
Marie McKay has been a speed demon throughout this tournament and a consistent presence in just about everybody's backfield. As here on second down, Ludwig evading McKay. It's a foot race, crosses midfield for a Knights first down, and Ludwig that time with a great read. McKay was already in her hip pocket, made the move, and won the foot race.
And this is that matchup, right? You just get one move, and it's so hard as a rusher. It is one of the most demanding positions because You have to be able to break down. You have to be able to have great bursts, great chase down speed. You're being forced to be decisive within a absolute millisecond. And it's what makes this game so special and so unique.
Quick check of the other field, the second semifinal game taking place concurrently. We got a tie ball game between Florida and Georgia. It's 14-all with just over 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter there. The winners of these two semifinal games will face off in the title game at 3. There's Emma Clark on a crossing route, streaking wide open, secures the football and run out of bounds just shy of the 20-yard line.
This UCF offense has such a nice feel for what Arizona are doing. You know, a few different floods, and then you just force the defense to go back. But what it does is it's opening up the intermediate area for people like Emma Clark, who are streaming across the field, and her catch radius combined with her speed is just giving these big chunks down the field.
UCF, between Ludwig and McDade, a combined 15 of 25 passing for 126 yards here today. As this time it's McDade taking the shotgun snap. Ranging right, a throw back to Clark. Clark thinks about throwing it, tucks it, runs inside the 20, and flips it to Ludwig, who scampers further down the near sideline, but stopped 1 yard short of the goal line. And there's another lateral that keeps a play alive, extending and picking up additional yardage.
It's unbelievable. I mean, it's like they're playing basketball out there, right? You talk about that kind of three-weave drills that you see so much. They're so comfortable in this scenario. You think about Mexico or USA when they play 3 quarterbacks. It's the same kind of feel to it. But ultimately, we saw that play earlier where Emma Clark became the blocker. Well, now she's got the opportunity to also pass or run the ball. And then she is so aware of her surroundings, a hip flick and a lateral pass backwards.
And likely the last play of the third quarter here is Kayla Ludwig has the football near side, but her flag was pulled by number 4, Kylan Hill. And that will end the third quarter. The Knights lead it 14-0, and when we come back, they'll have a goal line opportunity to potentially take a 3-score lead. It's the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley, live on ESPNU.
Now testing Oakley Hypergrip technology. Fit system initializing. Launch gravity study. Fit system ready. Rotation scenario. Oakley Hypergrip technology. Next level unleashed.
Beyond game day, you'll find the Fiesta Sports Foundation working year-round to improve Arizona communities in education, in youth programs, in sports. With more than 1 million Arizonans supported in 2024 and over 32 million in charitable donations since 2011. With your help, we'll go above and beyond in everything we do. Fiesta Sports Foundation, our season never ends.
The number 1 overall seed, UCF Knights, leading 14-0 as fourth quarter action begins here in Tempe, Arizona. And looking for a 3-score lead on second down. Riley McDade, as the offense is flipped to the opposite end of the field. Instead, it's a quick pitch to Kayla Ludwig, who races into the end zone. Touchdown Knights. 20-0. UCF takes a commanding 3-score lead.
This is one of the dangers when you have dual quarterbacks that can run like this, but this is one of the beauties of this game, right? You're in the red zone. You can run the football. You have to account numbers-wise. You can't be out-leveraged, great blocking up front, and then ultimately, We've seen how athletic and evasive Ludwig is, and when she's determined, she finds that end zone. It's all about reaching the ball out, remember. It's about the ball placement. So once she breaks the plane, she is clear as day.
And right there, the conversion attempt started but whistled dead. And we'll wait for the word from head official Daniel Mena, who tells us that it's a false start against UCF, so we'll replay the conversion.
I don't think they're going to be too upset about the scenario there. I mean, it's still, they have, I think, quite a few plays in the playbook.
Yeah, this has been a, by the way, cleanly played game, a well-officiated game. Daniel Mena, the referee, Brian Kelly, the side judge, Lee Tompkins, the back judge, Neil Kaplan, the line judge. Those guys out there are judge, jury, and flag distributors here on our Sunday championship semifinal round. It's always nice. I mean, I know, we've got some great officials here this weekend, and I truly mean that. I mean, we've got some great, established, tenured officials out here overseeing this event. And as a result, it's ran very smoothly. As here's the replay on the extra point attempt. Riley McDade rolling left, drops it off to Sanchez, who slides across the goal line. Oh, they're going to call her, down just short of the goal line. Looked like she got in, but instead the flag was pulled. No good. The score remains 20-0 UCF.
And that's where you need to reach the ball out. And she went to almost dip last second. You'll see right here where Julia Sanchez, you got McDade rolling out. Sanchez is there. She just needs to dip and reach, but it's just a second too late. Great defense there, and ultimately they put themselves in a poor position based off of the false start.
Now Arizona State with their backs against the wall. They'll have to move quickly, down 3 scores. There's a lofted, overthrown ball nearly picked off.
You see Kaylee Adena just getting caught up with the defender there. Just needed to run her feet a little bit more and could have been in a good position. But another down to live and learn here. Second down. This team have got to keep this momentum going. This is a massive drive for them.
And you'll see Arizona State, I'm sure, take some more deep shots down the field with limited time left to go, down by 20. There's Bourget on second down, makes the grab, but there's that Knights defense once again converging quickly. In tackle football, we talk about getting hats to the football. It's the same principle in flag. You've just got bodies flying at the football right away.
You do, and I'm fascinated to see in this situation, right? We're in the fourth quarter. Time is running until you get to the pro clock. You've got to score. You've got to get points on the board. I don't know if I would have short lined in that position as much as taken my opportunity to gain yards. And then ultimately you're thinking, I've got to have another possession. I've got to be able to have the other opportunity to go down and score. Right now, wasting time, unless you're thinking, all right, let's just try and burn as much clock and then hope our defense gets us a turnover.
Yeah, and right there, they go right back to Ryland Bourget, who hits the spin move, trying to get away from Sophia Dalmolin, the freshman from Parkland, Florida. It's a first down and a fresh set of downs for Arizona State. Clock continuing to move now, 10:15 left to play. And worth noting again, the UCF Knights have allowed 1 touchdown in now 19+ quarters of action here at the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic. Phoebe likened them to a boa constrictor earlier in the broadcast, and that's an apt comparison.
They're so fun to watch, though, and defenses win you championships, right? So you can see why a team like this is in there, but 8 pass breakups so far in this game alone. They have kept Arizona to literally 0 for 5 on third and 1 for 4 on fourth. I mean, those are incredible statistics to measure a successful defense.
Rodriguez handles the high snap and flips it out to Ava Wernemar, sprinting across the field toward the far sideline. It's a gain of about 5 yards and brings up third down.
But even the safeties do a really nice job of just staying over the top here. They don't give you many extra yards after the catch. Really good in their fundamentals, flag pulling. You've got Delaney Knowles kind of playing over the top like that, directing traffic.
Third down coming, low snap. Rodriguez grabs it, stops, shifts, and that ball tipped up off the hands of number 18, Sophia Smith, the center. Unfortunately for Arizona State, flutters incomplete to the turf. I want to point out as well here, this is a point that was made to us prior to the game. Most of this Arizona State roster is playing their first or second year of flag football, as opposed to a UCF team that is 6-time national champions and has been an institution, well, in a state of Florida where flag football has been an institution for literal decades.
Yeah, and you can see that experience just showcasing right here the poise of this UCF team.
On 4th down, Rodriguez going up top, has Bourguet, but a bit too strong. The outstretched arms of Bourguet could not secure it, and she was being covered by number 4, number 4, Delaney Knowles, who was running step for step.
And you've got to remember, the wind is also coming from behind the quarterback, so that little extra burst of wind just puts it out of the reach of Bourguet. But what a nice job. This is decisive. We love to see this from Rodriguez. The ball, and you can see even the trajectory of the ball. It just takes it, especially on this kind of field level. The thing to keep in mind now, UCF have complete control of the clock and field position.
Tough turnover for Arizona State as they give the ball back to the Knights deep in plus territory, and there's McDade, who whips it out to Ludwig along the far sideline. Solid pickup on 1st down, and we've got a big development on the other field here in the semifinal round. The Georgia Bulldogs sprinted out to a 14-0 lead over the Florida Gators in an all-SEC battle, but the Gators have come chomping back 20 unanswered points to take the lead over on the north field.
I mean, you talk about experience, and ultimately, yes, Georgia's been playing a long time, but the Gators have an unbelievable quarterback in Micah Rowe, and just the experience of the coaching staff, and the Florida just stepping up big on both these fields.
Let's not forget about Gustavo the Gator either. And if they advance to the title game, we'll tell you all about it. But right now, it's the Knights back at it offensively on 2nd down. McDade backpedaling and gets rid of it just before pressure arrives and drops it off to number 3, Aislinn Parrott. That's her first grab of the game.
Yeah, and really nice vice tackle there by Elena Johnson and Kaylin Hill. Good communication, not giving those extra yards. I mean, right now you're just trying to stop the bleeding ultimately, right? And play the game in front of you. It's challenging because now you're 3rd and short. Again, we go back to that kind of playing with the downs and distance. Ultimately, 6 attempts. The clock is just rolling down. We've got pretty much 6 minutes left in this last quarter.
Ball's on the near side hash. Sanchez to snap it. Underhands it back to McDade. McDade drills it. Catch made. Briley Vega with the grab, and inside the 5 she goes. The flag is pulled. It's a 1st down for Central Florida.
Beautiful throw, beautiful catch. You know, and Audrey King, the DB from Arizona, she's trying to make a play for her teammates. It's so hard, but ideally you want to be able to get a hand on that flag of the receiver and then get a hand in to break it off, to break it up ultimately. But you want to get that. You want to give your team some life and momentum.
1st down and goal. McDade, back corner of the end zone. A little bit too strong. Incomplete.
Yeah, you could feel the air underneath it ultimately from the second that it left McDade's hand there. It's so impressive, you know, even with her knee brace and overcoming injury and her resilience in these situations, she seems to have lost 0 power.
No question. I want to point out, too, that ball was intended for Sophia Dalmalen. We're seeing a lot of players on this Knights squad right now getting some offensive reps that did not play offensively earlier in this game. Certainly a luxury afforded to a team with a 20-0 lead. Late in the 4th quarter as McDade finds Ludwig. What a move. Slides inside and sprints into the end zone. And the onslaught continues. 26-0. The Knights find pay dirt again.
Kayla Ludwig is phenomenal. That little mini hip flick that she throws in there, just as the defender is reaching out for her flag, buys her that opportunity. I mean, watch, she's here as a blocker, right? Because you know McKay has been phenomenal as a rusher. But as she goes, you saw the defender, Kaylin Hill, just unable to bring it in.
Shakira was wrong. The hips do lie, and Kayla Ludwig was proof of concept right there as the conversion attempt no good, and the score remains 26-0. The Knights pouring it on here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, and this Arizona team have done a good job on extra points. That's the second one we've seen them break up here. Sierra Smith getting those hands in, but here's that touchdown from before. I mean, lovely job ultimately.
So 26-0 to score here in Tempe, Arizona. The Valley of the Sun, things are heating up both on the field and, well, atmospherically. We had a nice breeze crossing both fields throughout the morning, but that has dissipated and the desert heat has settled in. UCF, of course, looks unbothered with a 26-point lead, and now Arizona State back at it offensively with 4.5 minutes left to go. So barring what would be a near mathematical impossibility for Arizona State to make a comeback here, UCF, the 6-time national champions, have essentially punched their ticket through to the championship game at 3 o'clock right here on ESPNU, and you can stream it live on the ESPN app. And on the far field, Florida's second half reign of terror continues. They have scored again, and the Gators now posting 27 unanswered points to take a 27-14 lead with 7 minutes left to play. And if the current results hold, we are looking at an all-Florida title game here in Arizona, and it would be a rematch of the club national championship from back in January. A couple of teams that know each other very well.
I think they seem to be trading off who is winning the national championships. I mean, winning 3 and then going for 4 consecutively. I mean, it's so impressive when you talk about what these organizations have been able to achieve over time. Currently, the Gators having the upper hand on UCF.
High snap to Rodriguez. She backpedals and handles it. Drops it off to McKenna Williams. Tries to pirouette away from the defender, but doesn't get far. And a nice job by number 9, Isabel Castrillo, making her first defensive stop of the ball game.
Yeah, coming to the game, Coach Pap told us about how McKenna Williams, they call her security.
Yeah, they do.
Because she's there, she's protecting the quarterback. It's such
Throwing
a vital
people out the
role.
club.
Exactly. And that's what makes us so great, right? Everybody has a role on this team. Just don't throw me out the club.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. No, we need you. 4th down coming here for Arizona State. Rodriguez quickly whips it out far side. Bourget makes the catch. Able to slide past or through a couple of defenders for a few extra yards, but a penalty flag flies in late from the back judge, Lee Tompkins. We'll see what this is all about.
Looks like a holding call, which potentially could be on the defense, but it looks like it has been waved off.
Hey. You're gonna add it. You gotta run it. Mark it.
So we're going to have holding on
Turn
the
the run.
defense. This is
Holding.
a nice gift.
Defense 12, 10 yards run. Result of the play is a first down.
For Arizona.
There you go. Arizona State picks up an extra 10 yards after the holding penalty. Clock continuing to move here. Approaching the 2-minute warning.
Get you a little bit more time.
So 5 yards get added onto the end of the run there, giving great field position. First down, I mean, we haven't really seen Arizona in this half of the field yet, this half of the game.
A little bit of confusion out there on the field right now. So there's 2:37 on the clock. We apologize for the confusion back home. Resetting the clock, 2.5 left to play. Allison Rodriguez on first down throws it behind Kovitz. And Kovitz tries to adjust her body to reach back to make the catch, but can't hang on.
Yeah, and you're thinking right now, if you're Arizona, you probably want to just keep possession. You don't even want to give Florida another opportunity to go down and score. So it'll be pro clock when we get to the 2 minutes. So kind of waste that time, right? Kill that time. And then ultimately get your first down, your second. Just march to get yourself that first down and just run it out the rest of the way, aiming to score leading to the end of the game.
So Arizona State still searching for their first points of the day, and the UCF Knights, while they have a 26-0 lead, chasing McKenna Williams currently, and she sprints across midfield, cutting and darting through defenders. Nice stop right there by Madison Strain. It'll be a first down for Arizona State on the other side. 26-0, the Knights lead here on ESPNU.
Have you ever wondered if there was a place where access to excellence isn't guarded by ivy, but open to all who strive for greatness? Where education leads to more than a degree, it opens a door to a career and a better life. Where imagination ignites invention and innovation, and the boundaries between science and creativity converge. That place is here, the University of Central.
The UCF Knights searching for their 4th shutout in 5 games to start the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic, and Arizona State hoping to avoid that fate. Is here on first down. Allison Rodriguez for the 2nd straight snap goes to McKenna Williams, flips it off before pressure arrives, but a short gain for Williams that'll bring up 2nd down. Kyle Bailey, Phoebe Schechter here with you, live from Tempe, Arizona, on the campus of Arizona State. And Phoebe, while this is currently a blowout at 26-0, it is possible to make a comeback, but also worth mentioning that, you know, in other games, maybe the next game that we call, an onside kick could come into play in flag football, which is something folks might not realize is a thing in flag football.
This is specific to this format of the game, where under 2 minutes, the team must score, and then they're able to go for onside. And ultimately, they could technically continually go for onside if they're able to score. So they've got to make it from the 40, got to make it to the 40. And if they're unable to do that, then the defense will then start from the 40.
We've seen some success on this play in the past. You and I were in LA for a tournament at the Chargers facility back in February, where we saw a couple of those work successfully. Is right here, Arizona State, shut out, no more. Touchdown on a big play, Kennedy Balluran. Well, she Balluran it all the way to the goal line and into the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils, 26-6, extra point pending, and UCF's bid for their 4th shutout of the tournament falls late here in the 4th quarter. Still a dominant performance thus far, and good for Arizona State. They have been struggling offensively throughout the day. They've shown some signs of progress. They've made some big plays, but have just been unable to sustain drives, Phoebe. So here late in the game, where it looks like they'll fall in the semifinal round, they wanted to avoid being shut out, as all competitors do, and that's exactly what they've done.
And that was great by Rodriguez, finding Audrey King with 45 seconds left on the clock. This is huge, and then going up to Rylan Bourget, head topping in the back of the end zone. What a job by this young athlete.
Rylan Bourget, again, one of 6 siblings, the only girl, 5 brothers. Had to have been an interesting upbringing, but it certainly turned her into a fine athlete.
Bunch formation here, and just in physical contact, able to hold that in. Now they are asking about the onside if the team would like to go for it, which again would go from the 20. They've got to get it to the 40.
Take a look at the touchdown here from Kennedy Balluran. Great job right there, cutting it inside, evading the defender, and just winning the foot race to the goal line.
Putting herself between herself and the safety in terms of Delaney Knowles, and all you got to do is make one person miss, right? That's what flag is all about, and then green grass all the way to the end zone.
And you can see UCF coach Brandon Baruti right there, still coaching up his girls. They've got a commanding 20-point lead with 45 seconds remaining, but Brandon Baruti's been around long enough to know you don't rest until that clock hits 000. 13 years as head coach of the Knights. He's from Miami, but he went to UCF where he played, transitioned to coaching at the end of his coaching career. He won titles as a player from 2009 to 2012 consecutively, and then transitioned to the head coaching role, where he also met his wife, Danica, playing flag football. It truly runs in the family there at UCF.
And that's what you love to see. I mean, this is not a story that's too unusual when it comes to the flag football world, because it's such a wonderful community, and here it is. The onside is going to happen.
You ran it down and called it. Okay, I got you.
There we go. We hear Jesse Papp, head coach at Arizona State, communicating with the near side judge. So now it looks like they're going to flip the field to spot the football, I believe, for the onside attempt. So as Phoebe said a moment ago, the ball will be spotted at the 20. There will be one snap to get to the 40 or beyond to keep the drive alive. So just to be clear, you get one shot to go 20-plus yards to keep the football and keep the drive alive. So we'll see what Jesse Papp draws up here for Allison Rodriguez and the offense. I'd imagine, Phoebe, in a situation like this, one of those hook and ladder, lateral type plays might be what you're looking for.
Yeah, you've got to be aware for it. You also have to think, how many blockers are you keeping and how many rushers are they sending? This team is so good in terms of UCF at understanding how to defend the lateral because they've done it for so long.
And to be clear, they have to get to the 40, but you cannot score on this play. And, well, it's a non-starter and a non-conversation is right there. The lateral back attempt, thrown short, skips off the turf, incomplete. And the onside kick attempt fails for the Sun Devils. The football will go back to UCF with 41 seconds left to play. And we'll see if Riley McDade and/or Kayla Ludwig take a knee on the ball to salt this game away.
Just a savvy play, though, from UCF. They sniffed it out immediately. You've not seen Arizona do much to quarterback stuff whatsoever. So immediately they drive down and just take away any opportunity. And it would have ultimately been a loss of yards. But you understand why you would want to have somebody back there. And you're right. I think they're going to just take a knee and carry their way into the championship game.
There you go. Riley McDade waits a couple of ticks, takes a knee. And you brought this up earlier in the broadcast. What a performance by her, but you also see her wearing that knee brace out there. A catastrophic knee injury in February of 2024 where she broke her leg and tore pretty much every ligament in her knee. Took a year to recover, got back on the field in February of 2025. And her career has truly gotten back on track ever since then. She's been one of the driving forces behind a dominant UCF Knights team that remains unbeaten and improves to 5-0 here in the semifinals of the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic. The final score, 26-7. Brandon Berruti and company have punched their ticket through to the title game here in Tempe, Arizona. Phoebe, what do you think about that one?
What a performance. I mean, you look at what really happened there, and yes, the offense were terrific, but it's the defense. The defense stepped up in every metric possible, but this is what they've done all tournament long. So they're sticking to their identity, scoring points and then preventing anybody else from scoring. It seems pretty simple, right? That's football.
Absolutely right. Well, a big win for UCF. They remain unbeaten, and they will play in the title game coming up at 3 p.m. On the other field, it's 27-14. The Florida Gators with a 13-point advantage with 49 seconds left to go. It's not over yet, but it looks good for Florida, and it's looking like an all-Florida title game rematch of the Club National Championships back in January. We'll talk to you at 3 p.m. for the title game of the Fiesta Bowl Flag Football Classic presented by Oakley right here on ESPNU.